But this constant notices being issued by GTEC has become a matter of public concern. Should we be worried, or they are just acting within their mandate?
We should be extremely worried. Extremely worried because, you see, we have a constitutional framework, all right? And the Constitution is the highest law of the land. So all public institutions, private institutions, everybody has to live within the Constitution. So where the Constitution sets certain parameters to guide us in our lives, how to conduct business, etc. And then some people choose to throw the Constitution to the dogs and to do what they think they deem fit. We should be extremely worried. I mean, bringing it to the facts of this case, the gist of the matter is that, look, the Swiss Management Center was accredited 2012, 2015. So once it was accredited and ran courses, even 2018, where the accreditation board, then accreditation, not yet GTEC, had issues, they said that, okay, let those who are in finish. Let them continue. They didn't say sack them immediately. So when you say even people who are in school should complete, it means that you're saying that your decision will begin to take effect after those who are already in are done. This is straight. It's not rocket science. And so Article 23 of the Constitution, which is on administrative justice, enjoins administrative bodies to be fair in their dealings. Yes. So fairness, you come, look at it, Senna, you've come to an institution, as I've already said, for the 2012, 2015 people, those who have graduated, they are gone. It's done. You cannot come back, nothing. Even those who were in school, and then you said you have issues, you are going to revoke accreditation. You said those people should finish, should go ahead and complete. And so that is binding on the institution. So you cannot wait for those people to graduate. Can you imagine, Senna, if one of them was your uncle or your sister? You attended graduation ceremony. You snap pictures, you put them on social media, etc. Then 5, 6 years later, GTEC says, I'm going to cancel the certificate. Can GTEC come and cancel the picture on social media? Can you undo all this? The memories and all that. So you see why in the wisdom of the law, we prohibit retrospectivity. You take decisions, those decisions generally, policy guidelines, they go forward. This is different when somebody has breached a rule, like committed a crime, and so we are now going through law processes to punish the person. That one is different. This one, there's no law GTEC can point to that we breached it, and so that is the law they are now invoking. There's not been any administrative trial, nothing. You see, GTEC is just a word we de-recognize. We no longer recognize this certificate. That's not law. It's not law. It's not law at all. That's not rule of law. The decision has to be prospective. That's going forward, not retrospective. Now that's the gist of the argument.
So you say you cannot say you will not recognize what was already there. You can also not say that the people who are in school currently should not be allowed to complete before you enforce your decision. That this kind of move to you is in violation of a constitution. But if the institutions do not agree with them, should they not be heading to court?
Oh, yes, that's one of the options. But in matters like this, since our petition is before the GTEC board, we would wait for them to come out with their decision. Then we would look at the next line. Yes.
And in the petition,
Right.
In a petition, what are you asking for from them?
Yes, that they should reverse. They should reverse the things that they said. That the derecognition, it's not the best. That's even putting it mildly. You know, it will be diplomatic. Since we've written them a petition, we don't want to use unsavory words. So we said no, reverse it, because what has happened is not our law. So it means that recognize our certificates. Yes, that's it. Recognize the certificate. Then, so that set aside the directive. If I'm reading verbatim from our petition, one says set aside the directive issued by the Director General declaring the Swiss Management Center University degree derecognized, pending full review by the board. You see, then reaffirm the validity of degrees obtained under the National Accreditation Board accreditation. Okay? Yes. And in accordance with the principle of fairness, equity, good conscience, and statutory continuity. Okay, then issue an official clarification to all employers, professional bodies, and the general public to correct the perception, misrepresentation, and misperception regarding the status of SMC University Award. Okay, that's the degrees, all right, during the valid accreditation period. So these are the things. So essentially, just prepare this, and then let's all have peace.
Do you understand
so
why?
already a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. And let's say what has happened, it's a lot of damage to our people. But when these are reversed, we would see how to manage the rest of it.
Have they explained to you the basis for the derecognition?
No, basically, it doesn't make much. Yes. They, one second. There's a part where he said there should be a certificate of recognition, which I say no. We've never been aware of any certificate of recognition. Yes, which is a different thing apart from the accreditation certificate. So that's one of the things they have raised, that there should be a certificate of recognition. Where I say, so which law is that? Because we've not been told about any such thing. Even when NAC, the NAC, that's National Accreditation Board, came in, that wasn't their point about certificate of recognition. So it looks too little, too late in the day to say that you don't recognize a certificate issued by the Swiss Management Center. And there are other institutions also lining up to, petition GTEC. Yes.
Well, wish you all the best in that direction. But since you're on the line, I just want to take your thoughts, if you don't mind, on one small matter. I know that the issue of the special prosecutor is something that you are very much interested in. In fact, I heard the last time that you've given them, is it is it an ultimatum, a demand on them that they should do something within a certain time, if not you personally file a petition for the removal of the special prosecutor Kissi Agyabeng himself? Exactly what are you asking from them?
It's not a small matter, it's a huge topic. So all Ghanaians must be concerned. What is the problem is that right now, as we sit, Special Prosecutor has not taken any steps that will enable us to freeze the assets of Ufuriata. So, Senna, let's put it plainly. Say, as you and I are talking, it's possible that Ufuriata too either has already sold everything he has in Ghana, or he's in the process. Senna, can you imagine what law is that? I'm going to say not just law. What kind of special prosecutor do we have like that? 11 months. This is the 11th month, even under the new administration. And for special prosecutor, we cannot even be counting 11 months. Special prosecutor was there years ago. Kissi Agyabeng took office in August 2021. So, right? And the petition, this SML petition, was given to him 23rd of December 2023. 23rd. So you even leave out 2023. So the whole of 2024, he had a petition. The whole of 2024. Don't mind that it was a Kufuor who was in office. Corruption fight is not for timid people. But the problem is that Kissi Agyabeng is deeply conflicted. You see, he worked for Furiata through Gabi. He worked for Furiata through Gabi. So that's what they made. So Martin Kpebu wrote this thing. You see, Ghanaian, Kpebu wrote that no, Kissi cannot do this work because Kissi is basically their lawyer. Furiata and Gabi, basically. Okay? Gabi's one is official, you see it. But Furiata's connection, you have to dig deeper. Through Gabi, works he does for Gabi. That's why you see that he works for Furiata as well. So you can't put that man to not come and catch Furiata. And so now let's stick with this one sentence for my analysis. So do you see that now Kissi has come to confess? He has confessed that he saw Furiata making moves to leave, to flee. And then he sought help from immigration. Immigration was not cooperating, NIB. But if you went to NIB, that's National Investigative Bureau, it was Atubra Kpebu who was there. Atubra Kpebu worked for Gabi in the Dankwa Institute. If you went to National Security, it was Edward Asmeni. Edward Asmeni also worked for Gabi in the Dankwa Institute. So you see how Gabi captured the security sector. National Security was in his hands. National Investigative Bureau was in his hands. So these security institutions were for Gabi and for Kufuor. That's it, right? Now, so if you say you went to these people and didn't get help, you said nothing. Kissi said nothing. Is it surprising? We all knew that Kufuor was cheerleader, clearing agent, trying to cover up everything. So saying you went there, you didn't get help, you said nothing new. So what were you left with? And then he said police. Police who we knew publicly, Dampare and Ando Kofi. Dampare, IGP, there Ando Kofi, CID boss. We knew how they were so politically aligned. You know, I have practical evidence to prove it. This Chairman Wuntumi Akunta mining case, we presented a petition to Dampare. We, four of us, presented our petition to Fortuna and Kofi, COP. Myself, Kenasibe, Kwame Sapo-Isiedu, then Edem Sananu. October 2022, we added a documentary that Erasmus did on the Chemawunjimi distraction, Akunta mining distraction of Tano, the Miri Forest, etc. And they kept delaying us, pussyfooting, kukwasa, till there was a new government. So I have practical evidence when I say Dampare and Fortuna and Okufi were playing politics with us. Look, when it comes to Dampare, Kenasibe then led the media coalition against Galamsey to present a petition directly to IG. So you see that Kenasibe, who was part of us who took our petition to the CID board and Okufi, he also then led the media coalition to go to IG with another petition. Then IG directed that petition to be brought to Andokofi. So the two petitions were consolidated. Andokofi met us just one. The rest, when you ask for a meeting, delay. You see why it was good they removed there. As for her, I'm sure the moment the elections were won, she knew. And Tampere, of course, they knew that they had to go. Because I have practical evidence. And every day I'm on radio, this topic, as long as illegal mining, Galamsey comes, I reference it. So I'm sure they knew that Ghanaians couldn't trust them. That's a public, a case that is playing out in the public openly. They couldn't deal with it. Okay? So the point I was developing was that if you say you went to IT, police service, you didn't get help. You went to, I'm talking about Kissi Agyabeng, went to NIB, didn't get help. Went to National Security, didn't get help. He said nothing. We all knew this. That's how come Ghanaians kept making noise that no, things must change, So you try the other option, which is the ultimate. Go to the people with the ultimate power in the constitution. That's the people of Ghana. So if these institutions are frustrating you, hold a press conference and tell us directly what Akufo-Addo and his institutions are doing to you. Because sovereignty resides in the people. So now if your producer has it there, you can read the preamble to the Constitution. You see it there. Then you go to Article 1 Clause 1. Sovereignty resides in the people. It's there. Then you go to Article 35. Sovereignty is there. 125 is there. I'm sure perhaps there are other parts of the Constitution you'll find sovereignty. Even if you don't see the word sovereignty resides in the people, you see other provisions that are showing that. So exercise the power for the people. So inform the people. You think that if Kissi Agyabeng had done a press conference informing us that, look, he wants to arrest Oforiatta, prevent him from leaving, and these institutions are not cooperating, you think we would have sat down? You know what would have happened? The public opinion would then have been brought to bear upon the institutions to act. So, and I was surprised. A certain lawyer, then you see that these are nations, sometimes we can be timid. I was having a private discussion with a lawyer, and he said, Kissi Agyabeng coming to tell us publicly will be like inciting the public against Oforiatta. I said, incite? You're looking for public opinion. Public opinion is one of the ways to shape public policy, because we don't have to wait till the next election. No. So when we vote in a government, constantly, government is gauging public opinion to see this policy. Is it okay? Are the people agreeing? So we are constantly communicating. So when they say sovereignty resides in the people, the way the people exercise that, one of the ways, apart from voting elections, is every day expressing their opinions on government decisions, public institutions, decisions, etc. So public opinion every day, government is looking for public opinion. What are the people saying? Because you are here to serve. You're here to serve. You are not, yes, even your manifesto itself is subject to the people accepting. So when it's good, then you see the people praising. Oh, 24-hour economy. Yes, then you see that, then the government knows that, carry on. But in the same way, if you bring a policy which is not good, and the people say, no way, no way, no way. So, for example, mining in the forest. You see how Akufo-Addo thought he was in charge. He will mine in forest. You see how finally we defeated him. You see, it took years. But as the years kept going, people became more savvy. More people became engaged in the conversation. And you see how eventually we defeated Akufo-Addo and the MPP with this fight against Galamsey. We said, no, you will no longer mine in the forest. Who could say that because we voted for Akufo-Addo for 4 years, he can do anything? No. You can do certain things, even though they appear legal, but a law can say go and do it. If the people say no, you can't do it, who bond up? Because the power resides in the people. The power resides there. But Kissi didn't want to lose anything. What Kissi had to do was to blast it. If he did a press conference and for the 1 month, remember we are talking about December 2024, after JM had won the election. So within this short time, Akufo-Addo, no matter what, they couldn't have done anything to remove Kissi Agyabeng. 1 month, you can't. Remember that to remove Kissi Agyabeng, it is similar to, it is Article 146 proceeding. If you are removing Kissi Agyabeng, it is Article 146 like Justice Tokoluso. You have to lay charges, go through, and it's several months. You get it. So practically, Kissi had insulation. He had immunity. You couldn't remove him before JM comes into office. And the euphoria, NDC foot soldiers going on air saying that close the borders, close the airports, close the borders, close the airports, close the borders, close the airports. All of this didn't teach Kissi anything. Our life. This one, Kissi has finished up. He's finished up for the rest of his life. He will answer that question. He will explain tire. He will explain tire. This simple thing, simple, just come out. But because of his links with Gabi Oforiatta, that's how come he colluded with them to allow Oforiatta to go. And that is my argument. He knows it. And that is why Kissi must leave that office. Kissi Agyabeng has to leave that office. He's lost moral authority to lead the OSC. He has to leave. Look, Kissi should leave because he knows that there are more secrets. Those secrets will come out and it will embarrass him more. He should just resign and go. You can't deceive people like that. You work with them. Yes, they were in office and then they put you there. People complain. But let's say the complaint didn't get anywhere. Now we thought that with a new government, you could do it. Fair enough. The collusion is done. I'm saying that Kissi Agyabeng colluded with Oforiatta to allow Oforiatta to go. The collusion is in seeing Oforiatta about to leave, and then he was making half-hearted attempts. Now, Oforiatta is about to leave, and you say you are going to NIB. You are going to Atubra Kpebu, who works for Gabi. Atubra Kpebu, NIB boss, is Gabi's boss. You are going to Edward Asimeni, who works for Gabi in that institute. What help will you get? Come on, look, I think Kissi should stop insulting us. We don't deserve to be treated like this. We are smarter than him, and Ghana is stronger than him. He shouldn't play with us like that. He should just resign and go. Because, look, if he doesn't, the worst things that he's done, they are going to come out one by one, and they will embarrass him for life. At this stage, if he was just to put down resign and go, he will feel a bit of truth. But if he wants to meet the full embarrassment, he should stay in that office. You will see the cases that will come out. You see that you've already seen how he suppressed the Kingsley Bwedu case, or the Bwedu, the Ebuapa staff, the one who replaced Attack. Yeah. You see that his case, the scholarship, the bribes, etc. You know, the officer who was working on it, the OSP officer, she asked him to stop. The elections are coming, don't do it. Okay, because he didn't want Kingsley, his friend, to lose the election. And so they did, and then Kingsley won. You know, and then they later sacked that officer. It's a public case. Oh, you know the guy who sued OSP. It's public if you Google it, in case you haven't done that story.
Okay.
Yeah, you see him say directly, he should stop. Stop, he's my friend. Elections are coming, don't do it. Don't continue. They are about to arrest Kingsley. Because, you know, the corruption at the scholarship secretary couldn't have gone on without Kingsley, the executive secretary. They were going to arrest him. He said, stop. Elections are coming. He suppressed the case. There are other cases, he said, that are being suppressed. Other cases. Look, if I tell you the rot going on at OSP, we will never finish. So Kissi should know that we've heard all the rot going on at OSP. OSP is actually a crime scene. It's a crime scene.
OSP is a crime scene.
So Ghana is stronger than Kissi Agyabeng. They shouldn't think that because we've kept quiet, it means that we don't know. But since we've heard grapevine, look, we believe them. When we do you know what we do? Look, me talking to you. If you were anybody was to take me on, if I come out, you know, witnesses will line up. All the various cases, the way he's done wrong recruitment, brought in his friends, cronies, all those witness, the way people are angry, he shouldn't try us. He shouldn't try us. Look, the things will come out one by one. I swear, you don't know.
Martin Kpebu, if Kissi Agyabeng sues you today and accuses you of defamation, you can prove everything you're saying?
What's defamatory about this? We'll just pull the record. Some of the appointments, nepotism, you see friends in there. But that's why I said, I'm sure you know the people, and some of them, I have witnesses. Oh, they will come, sue. They won't even try, because you know how the way people are lining up to accuse evidence against him there. You think, no, you should try it. They should try it. The way people are lining up, you say defamation. I'm a lawyer. Oh, that's right. Don't try this one. You see, usually I'm calm. When you see me getting emphatic like this, then it tells you that it's just like Kissi Agyabeng is insulting us. So you should know that we've heard the things. We've heard those things. So you let him try. By defamation. What's defamatory about saying that some of the appointments, nepotistic appointments, etc., procurement breaches here and there? What I think.
I see. You know what to do. If you have these issues, you think that he should go, aside asking him to resign, you could just file a petition with the president. Goes through the process.
It's coming. I'm gathering this in the papers. Hey, you know how many people are waiting to sign as co-petitioners? You have no idea. You have no idea. It's gathering the papers. Yeah.
You're talking about a special prosecutor that people are standing by ready to sign petition to remove him. The man who is supposed to fight corruption.
Absolutely. Oh, no. The OSP is a crime scene. It's a crime scene. Don't play. Don't play. It's a crime scene. I'm telling you. The OSP is a crime scene.
I see.
Kissi can't lead that organization again. Morally, no. It's not the moral favor to lead. No. The OSP needs new leadership, new management. It has to undergo new management.
You know, the question I was actually going to ask you about the Mustafa Hamid thing, but it seems you have no faith in the special prosecutor at all.
Absolutely. All these things that have been done, they are just half-hearted attempts to fight corruption.
Half-hearted attempts at fighting corruption.
These are half-hearted, because he is conflicted with a lot of the MPP appointees. He's done business with them. So I think he should just leave. He's done business with quite a number of those appointees. So the conflict will keep coming at every step of the way. So in such a case, you need an independent person, somebody who hasn't done business with this guy. Yeah.
Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
You're welcome.
Martin Kpebu is a private legal practitioner. Does a lot of activism, advocacy on matters of national interest. So many things. Anyway, taking us to 26 minutes past 8. Nancy, we share with us Samuel.